What is up, my good people? What is good in the hood, everybody? Thank you so much for coming by once again. This is Arca speaking to you directly. Would throw some A's in the chat. Let me know that you're there. Throw those A's in the chat right now, my team. What is up, everybody? What is good? Mark Roach, I got your message, man, saying, brother, I missed the ticker pickers, my dude. I think James, my boy and I are probably coming down with a little bit of something, right? So as I'm starting to feel kind of a little bug coming in, and I think it may be maybe a head cold or something, right? It's been a little weird over the last couple days, but he's been having a hard time, right? So all of the efforts to try to get him back down into a normal schedule has essentially been invalidated here. So he's just feeling a little, his nose is stuffy and stuff. So I'm trying to stay on top of his whatever meds he needs. Putting vapor rub on his chest, on his back, his soles and stuff. So yeah, and doing the same treatment for me too, right? As I feel that little bug trying to come in, but it's not quite there just yet, right? So, but it's all good, you guys. It's all good. Just wish us the best of luck there, and we'll try to, continue on the path of righteousness, right? But very excited to be streaming tonight, you guys. And yes, we'll absolutely take a look at the tickers mentioned here. Moderator Cal L, what's up, dude? What ticker is that one right there? Do not ever. Dude, it's good timing because I almost forgot it. And I don't think that guy's in here, by the way. You guys remember, man, that guy totally got me so good, man. He got me so good. Abner Cruz, what's up, bro? Dude, thank you so much for your dono. It's not only you giving me a dono, it's also Steven and Sebastian Lim. Guys, Abner, thank you so much for your donations, guys. That really, really means a lot. And I will try my best to help out here. Okay, you guys, so we're going to look at some of your ticker picks and see what's good. But I also have one to show you. Me and Cal actually went over this ticker just yesterday. It was ticker symbol BACK. It seems like it could be, a little something here and there. Monster Mike, thank you so much, my dude. Very, very kind of you. I love it. Yeah, look, Mark Roach totally knows what I'm talking about. Bro, I almost went into my trading view, Mark and Cal. I actually almost went into my trading view and started typing in that ridiculous ticker that Cal just put up there. Oh my goodness, man. Don't you never trick me again, boy. Oh man, I already feel the raspiness in my voice, guys. Let me take a quick sip of water here. I'm dying. But what a good day for SPY, though. What a good day for SPY. Huge recovery today, man. Thank goodness for at least that, right? So you just spat your drink out, moderator Cal L. I'm so sorry. Do not trick me, man. Do not trick me. But yeah, hey guys, a lot of people were mentioning that ticker top as well. Oh my goodness. Is that like a distraction play, or what's going down with that, man? Because I'm not really clear as to what the heck happened. Running 200%. One Fix It Man, what is up, my bro? Good to see you here. Yes, we'll go ahead and pair ticker symbol BOIL with the broader markets. So we'll take care of Boyle and SPY together, my dude. So yeah, very, very good ticker to kind of take a look at, right? Of course. Sebastian Lim, dude, what? That really means a lot, brother. Thank you so much for your donation. I can't tell you how much it means to me and my family, my bro. Really, really appreciate that. So, One Fix It Man saying the top, ticker symbol TOP. The shorts got slayed. Dude, it looks like it, man. It looks like they really got it. They handed to them, man. They got their asses handed to, right? Not good to be a short position in that ticker symbol TOP, right? So TRA Crumpler, I actually, some people in the Discord, in the Arca Bulls Discord were saying that the freaking thing ran on like no news. The ticker symbol top just ran 200% on no news, and it just like killed short sellers and I don't know what else. And honestly, man, why that one? Like, how did yeah, I'm curious too. I don't know how the hell that happened. But it did, man, and it ran and it killed a bunch of people. Who knows what happened there, guys? But it's there, man. It's there. So, but I would really like for you guys not to chase that ticker, okay, you guys? I don't know that it's just gonna be a big, huge gamble at that point, okay? So please be super careful over what happens next on that ticker, okay, you guys? But yeah. So let me start getting this thing kind of prepped here for us to move forward, right? So. Abner, did you not have a ticker, bro, or what? I'm noticing here that you did comment once before, but I didn't actually catch it, right? So I wanna look at ticker symbol INABALLR and definitely EUDA for my actually those are two of my master students, right? Very kind of you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. But yeah, I do have them on the list now too. Okay, so let's line them up. It's gonna be a brand new chart over here for Sebastian Lim, INAB, right? But remember, we have to keep in mind the broader markets. We definitely have to take a look at those first, right, you guys? But all good. Cryptic Trader, what's up, my bro? Good to see you here. Those plays run for the benefit of someone, not retail, dude. 100% agree with you guys. Please highlight that comment for my man, Cryptic Trader. That is absolutely true. Just please don't chase those, okay, you guys? So 1000% says Rocket Lock on ticker symbol TOP. If you guys are just curious to see what that chart kind of looks like, let's just pull it up. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, nice. Actually, what I did notice is that the crowd, one fixed man, with the crowd is a little bit smaller, right? Because I haven't been streaming in respects to trying to get the daytime streams, but it's just, man, me and my boy coming down with something is probably not the best thing. And also, I think it was good for Indra to come through, right? At least she'll be able to catch some of the last late night streams here before we move on to the morning. But very good to see you, Indra, another one of my master students here. Very much appreciate my moderators, Mark Roach. I love you guys. Thank you for coming by. I love it. So, Abner Cruz, you have a lot of tickers, man, but which ones are the ones sticking out, like today, you know what I mean? So, if you guys are curious to see that ticker symbol TOP, right, let's just go ahead and pull it up to see what it looks like. Oh, my goodness. That is a bi-daily candle, by the way, guys. Let's just go down to the 12-hour and see what in the world. Oh, my goodness. All right, so... So for my master students that are in here, right, I spoke to, I think, week number one. I was speaking to you about price discovery, okay? So price discovery usually happens when you combat or when you literally succeed upside of the all-time high from the asset, right? So in this case, you can see that the all-time high was $50.36, right? And this thing just kind of ran to the moon, right? So I'm curious. Let's see, is it at? Let me take it from this level here, a fib, right? A fib retracement from, I can't even measure it. Oh my God. God, it doesn't even reach that far. Let me see if I can take it from this point instead, okay? Not even that reaches it. My goodness in heaven, okay, you guys? At least the Force Watt 618 from those two ranges is $220, of which was $10 off of that, right? But there is no telling what the heck this thing is doing, okay? You guys, I have no clue. All right, but another way to kind of see if this thing is following geometrics is actually maybe taking into consideration the top side of the range, just like this, right? And 64, not even that, man. This is not geometric, guys. There's nothing mathematical about this except FOMO. This was, it was either pre-programmed algos just trying to rip this thing to the moon, or FOMO, okay? Trying to get all kinds of people just trapped up in here, all right? So be very careful. Be very careful with this crap, man. I would not long this from this position, okay? And I would also not short it either, guys. Just stay away. Just don't touch this thing, okay? Not even with a 10-foot pole, says the says the crowd. All right, stay away from ticker symbol top is my absolute review here, okay? All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and continue populating our list over here, because we have what was it? INAB, a good ticker to kind of look at, right? So Cal saying, "Aw, man, we can't go in this one." Dude. But you know what? There are some good master students located. Whoa. What's going on with my mouse? Come on. Are you joking here? What the heck? Dude. My goodness. Are you joking? This is crazy. Hold on. Is that for real? My mouse is going nuts, you guys. My goodness. All right. So let me see if I can continue loading anything at all before I actually... Oh, you know what? I think it may have to be with the batteries. Jeez. Perfect timing, guys, to run out of batteries for this cool mouse. Let me go ahead and grab a new set of batteries over here, but you and I can continue talking at least while I pull them out, right? So let me get this thing out of the way. Oh, also, actually, I can just try to reset it. Maybe we can just try to put the batteries right back in, right? What if it works with a what do they call it when... I forgot what they call it when you just have to like reboot something. When in doubt, reboot. Or I don't know. I don't know what the saying is. But let's go ahead and see if we can just reset the batteries in this thing and see if it doesn't short us. Here's the headphones again, shorting Arca. Oh my goodness. All right, so it doesn't look like it's actually gonna. It doesn't look like it's gonna do it, you guys. So let's go ahead and get a new battery. Hold on, just a sec, team. It's gonna be a little bit of a. Oh wow, I actually don't have anything to mute it with. Let me get some batteries, guys. Give me just a quick second. I'll be right back. I ran out of batteries. I'm back! All right, let's see. Let's try to load the new batteries into this thing, right? So it's one of those really ergonomic mice, right? Is that how you say the plural mouse? I like it a lot, but at this moment, I'm not really feeling it, right? What you mean running out of batteries up in here, man? What you mean running out of batteries? All right. We have experienced what's called brain surgery. All right, let's see. Oh, dude. You're not going to believe this, guys. I think actually James came in here and actually did this nonsense himself. No way. Oh, my little guy. What the heck? Dude, there are the signs of a little toddler coming in and messing up the gear before we get started, right? Nice. Jeez. That sucks. What the hell? You guys have no clue how this guy like just toppled over my entire mouse. What the heck? Sorry guys, hold on just a sec. I have to try to undo this guy's disaster here. Need some more light. What? Wow. Let's see here. So, alright. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works this time. Alright, wish me luck, guys. This is going to be the trial and error right here, right now. Alright. I think we may get it to work. Wow. Dude, oh god, that's smooth. Guys, never let your toddler run into a studio with a bunch of buttons and things with spinning wheels in it. That little guy just really gave it to us right now. My goodness, man. All right, let's see how it feels. Let's see how it feels. Oh, my goodness. All right. Without any further ado, let's do it again. All right, guys, let's just go ahead and move on with the analysis here and get it started, right? So we need to take a look at our broader markets and see how we're even feeling in the first place. All right, you guys. So, yeah, what do we have here? So, ticker symbol SPY. Let's go ahead and make sure that the people watching this later have a time to get this thing reviewed, right? So, 9:49 p.m. We got sidetracked over here, little toddler. Abner Cruz. No way you're coming through with all those tickers. All right. So, wow. Okay, you guys. I mean, I hate it when these things happen, right? Because it really presents a serious bear case. Now, are we going to continue on this path, though? Could it be possible? Well, we have to take a look at some momentum indicators here to see if what we're seeing is actually true. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up. Let me just take a look at volatility versus momentum. And please notice on the daily that we are about to hit some type of resistance. Now, what's curious, though, is that it is a resistance, but it's also the gravitational zone, okay? So if we do hit that gravitational zone, there is a likelihood that we can succeed this to the upside. But seeing that we're increasing volatility, right? So you're seeing the moving average here move onwards and upwards, right? So when we're increasing volatility with a downside pivot, that means that there's probably a downside to look at. So let's go ahead and see what kind of resistance we could be looking at from the daily perspective, at least, right? Let me see the 12-hour to see how far okay, so it's already facing that resistance on the 12-hour. Okay, so let's just move, let's get our SMAs in there, right? So at least some moving averages to see if we have anything in line for us. Okay, so on the daily time frame, in fact, that SMA 10 turned into support. But if we face the resistance, let's just put a trend line here from that very top side of the 12-hour, go back to our daily and see what there is there. I'm sorry, what there is, right? So let's take a look here. All right, well, there's not really any super clear reason why we're maybe there's not any real clear reason why we're resisting from that area. So if we were to come back on the 12-hour to find support from somewhere, you guys, based on the daily retracement, 12-hour with an upside pivot here. So let's go ahead and get that support for us right now. Okay, so SMA's up one more time, and the support touch could be 12-hour SMA 10. Right, it's kind of a distance away. I may actually favor the EMA, maybe the, let me see if I have them up here, right? Maybe the 7-day. Oh, all of those are located right there. Okay, so maybe 409.78, guys, to about 410.38. That could be our support level before actually bouncing and continuing onto the upside. So let's validate some of that right now. Okay, so let me get rid of these averages. Let me get rid of the, let me keep the Stokes up. It's all good. And I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller here, and we're going to focus on the RSI. Let's start off with the immediate short-term time frame. This is going to be the 30-minute, right? So 30-minute time frame validating that downside that we're speaking of already, right? So critical volatility, it's contracting with a downside pivot on that Stoke, right? So let's continue puzzling this piece and see if our thesis is even valid, right? So a little bit of consolidation here on the bi-hourly. We can't really take that into account. Let's see the 4-hour. The 4-hour does have that downside, right? So very limited downside at that. We still have that upside pivot on the Stokes. So overall, you guys, it looks like it is kind of a temporary downside before a continuation to the upside. I would say mid-session to the end of the session tomorrow. Continuation to the upside for SPY. Okay, you guys. So I would suggest to maybe kind of hold off until we have validations, right? And then continue on to the upside, because I really am looking at that support touch of about 410.83 to about 411.13 before a bounce and a continuation to the upside. Okay, you guys, so that's going to do it for ticker symbol SPY. I want to take a look at ticker symbol blah, 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 BOIL, right? So that's going to be BOIL. So let me just go ahead and load that up right over here and see what we have. Okay, so what time is it? 9:54 p.m. for the later comers, right? So let's just go ahead and get this on the road. I'm not going to look at the other chart that we've been looking at for ticker symbol BOIL, right? Because there is kind of a sense of convolution. There's a lot of information on that chart. So let's just open it up fresh and take a look at a new perspective, right? So let's load up our averages, and I actually do have one other, you know what, I could kind of show it to you guys, right? So this is another one that I've been in development with. This is actually the Arc Div 1, right? So the Div 1 is div for diversion, okay? So this gives you the divergent drives considering the RSI, right? And it also does have a strategy built in so that you can get long and short signals, right? So this thing is a full-on strategy. So the way that you can actually see that is here, right? So we would find the best time frame to see where this asset shines, and then we can adjust our parameters based on whatever we're trading, right? So for example, if we're trading $1,000 account, if we're going to trade a $1 million account or whatever, we set all the parameters there. I even built it with a trailing stop loss, right, and all that good stuff. Hidden bearish divergence and regular bearish divergence for bulls too. So yeah, very cool strategy / indicator here that kind of aligns your divergences for you without you having to look for them manually, right? So once fixed, and man, thank you, my bro, thank you so much. So yeah, this is I'm not. Actually, it's not even for sale or anything. I just finished it just yesterday. I'm not even sure why I'm explaining this to you, but it's pretty cool to kind of show, right? Not bad. All right, so ticker symbol BOIL. Let's go ahead and get up our stochastics and also volatility, right? We want to know where this thing could possibly be going. So already in the 12-hour, we're noticing critical volatility, right? Already completely contracted in two areas of extremes here. So anytime that you get this blue zone here, these blue bars are indicative of almost zero volatility, right? So complete contraction here, very tight. And a lot of the times, I mean, mathematically speaking, right, this thing could be programmed to kind of explode into an opening of volatility, which could be expansion, right? So if there is that possibility, let's go ahead and pair it with stochastic momentum to see if we have that as a potential here for this. And in fact, on a 12-hour, it looks like we're already starting to maybe suggest finding a bottom or a type of floor here. Okay, so when this happens, we would actually have to start retracing back in time frame. So let's go back to maybe the 4-hour and see what it looks like. If the 4-hour has the stochastics pivoted towards the upside and we actually have the volatility increasing, that could be indicative of a continuation to the upside or a larger move to the upside. So let's look at that now. Okay, so 4-hour time frame, we definitely have what we were talking about, right? The unfortunate part is that we're getting a little bit of volatility depression here. So if it's going to continue to release volatility as in not continue building, then there could be another downside for this for the immediate short term at least. So let's look at the 6-hour to see if we have any upsides. Okay, so the 6-hour looks like it would be a lot more conservative for us to consider, right? So 6-hour, 8-hour, and 12-hour very likely to be in a bullish stance, right? So let's look at the 8-hour. 8-hour also increasing volatility here, finding that type of floor just like that 12-hour. So everything in the smaller time frames, guys, is going to be kind of the influence for our upper time frames, right? So please notice here, EMA 3, which is the leading indicator for the stochastics momentum, this is actually pivoted towards the upside, very likely to influence the longer time frame, SMA 14. We're getting a bi-hourly long signal already from divergence, right? So this is already suggesting a continuation to the upside. Increasing volatility, right? What we want to see is the volatility component of the BBWP pivoted upside of the 15 percentile alongside an upward pivot from the moving average as well, to suggest that the volatility and volume of shares being traded is in fact increasing, right? So in that case, we would be in kind of a good state, right? So let me just go ahead and load up a natural RSI now and see what we have in store for the shorter or the immediate short-term time frame, right? So consolidation on that bi-hourly, but it's only normal because we are facing that current potential floor. Right, so immediate short-term time frame is suggesting a bit of a downside here. Please remember that this is in the gravitational zone here with the SMA 14, right? So very likely for us to find a short-term downside. If I were to put a guess into that, I mean, it would be the most obvious target would actually be around 327 with a bottom side of about 325 before a continuation to the upside. Speaking on the immediate short term, okay, so 4-hour time frame, looking like it's about to make a cross above that 14-day simple. It is approaching the gravitational zone here, so very likely for it to get pulled up to the upside. Stochastics to that upside as well. 8-hour RSI, let's see what it's got. So 8-hour approaching a resistance as well, okay? But please remember that we still have a little bit of downside to go, at least in the 8-hour perspective, which would give validity to our drop first before a continuation to the upside, right? So now the daily time frame is finding support actually from the SMA 14. I don't like that we have a downward pivot here on the daily the daily stochastic, but very likely for it to correct upon the market open tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that stuff, okay? So now looking into the higher term timeframes, guys, this is kind of like where the setup is, and it could be for a very nice move to the upside, but if I were to guess a really powerful move to the upside, it probably wouldn't be for the next, I would say, couple weeks before we can see a very powerful move. Okay, you guys, so as we still have some consolidation to kind of figure here, but that consolidation is a very large area. Particularly to the area of 296 to about, I would say safely actually, to the opening and closing bases of these candles here, 361. Okay, you guys, so keep an eye on your trade here. If you are long already here, you're kind of long in a kind of a gambling area. So definitely consider waiting for the pullback either from the upside or waiting for the pullback first to come back down. Not for the pullback that I told you, from earlier. Wait for a larger one and then consider getting long this ticker, because the overall range here could be that 302 to 296 for an absolute demand zone. Okay, you guys, so that's going to do it for ticker symbol BOIL. Now, let's go ahead and move on to ticker symbol MEGL. So I'm very curious to see what that ticker has. So guys, remember, we're going to be taking a look at INABALLR and EUDA, right? So we want to make sure to get those tickers out of the way as well. Okay, yeah, but I'm curious over what Miguel is doing. My goodness. I remember that guy, the influencer, Teddy Zane, was talking about this ticker as well just a few, I think a few weeks ago. Maybe, I don't want to say a few weeks ago. It may have been a month ago. I'm not sure. But yeah, no problem, Mark Roach. Let's go ahead and load that up and take a look at it, right? So let me make a quick note over here that we are kind of taking a quick peep at it, right? So, all right, now let's make sure that we are on log on a daily chart. And wow, this thing has a top side of $249. Interesting. Let me see the financials on this thing. I want to know. Okay, so the market cap is at 20, just about 20 mil, and that float is at around 7.5 mil. Okay, so high risk, very small, right? But let's go ahead and see what it's got for us, okay? Just like always, you guys, let's load up our essentials, right? The bare essentials, like that makeup brand, right? I don't even know if that still exists. And I don't even know if they actually got acquired by another top tier makeup company. But if I do have some ladies in the chat, I'm sure you will know. All right, you guys. So yeah, Steven, no problem, bro. I got you. It's all good. So let's continue loading our tools here, guys. We're gonna load up the averages as well, and I wanna point out a very interesting situation here, okay? Because this on the daily, it's curious because we're starting to expand, right? So we have increasing volatility and we're so overextended. So actually, let me open this up and see what it's like historically, because is there really okay, I noticed a regression here, but I'm not sure how I feel about that regression, because we could be at resistance from that regression. All right, so that's a little dangerous right now, which could be indicative of a continuation to the downside ever so slightly, okay? But let's see if we can find the floor, though. What could that be? Let's see the after hours. Does it even have after hours? Of course. And it goes to 386 in the after hours. My goodness. All right, so please notice here that this is kind of the setup that we always look for, right? But the problem here is that we went straight into that critical volatility zone, and now we're starting as though this was a fresh setup, right? So if we were trading in the daily, meaning without this massive candle to the upside, there's a reason for it, right? So if we were trading the daily without this downside, we were preparing ourselves for a continuation to the downside. Okay. Yeah, Mark Roach. So there's this Megal and Top, right? Those were the ones that kind of did their ridiculous moves. There's a reason why I'm mentioning it. We were already in preparation for a continuation to the downside based on a very critical regression that has lasted at least a few years, or at least since the beginning of the trading for this asset, which was when. Let's take a look at that, okay? Because that's kind of a psychological thing that we should kind of keep in line with, right? So I'm unable to see when the beginning of the trading was for this, but I'm going to assume that it was August 2022. Okay, so if it's since August 2022 to April 2023, we've been respecting that regression, and we were on a daily resistance of it. That should have, like, it's kind of like you should have gone to sleep, but you took a bunch of like illegal medicine for you to stay awake. So you're running on borrowed energy here. So this could be a very interesting setup. Okay, so let me pull up the RSI now, considering that huge move to the upside, right? So, okay. If tomorrow we start getting a pullback, meaning that we can come back and pull back and test that 289 from the SMA 200, or the more obvious target would be the current position of 386, right? That would be very dangerous to see any pivot happening here, okay? If a pivot happens here, that would be a drive of hidden bearish divergence, okay? So if you are long this ticker, watch for that, watch for it. And I mean from like around this point here, and it's unfortunate that we can't actually see a pivot there, right? But maybe we can see it from an 8 hour or something. Yeah, okay, so here we go. This particular pivot right here, okay? So this is the condition, okay? Make sure that we can make this pivot clear the area of $8.10, okay? As long as you are below $8.10, this is a bearish drive, okay? So you need to beat $8.10 with a closing of a candle of a minimum 8 hour before we can continue on to the upside. Okay, so as long as we are below that target, please know that this is it's just increasing liquidity for the shorts, okay? So just be very careful, okay? Because this thing is already showing those signs. Although I look for this particular setup, right? I really do. I really look for the short-term time frame volatility versus momentum pivoted towards the upside from either critical expansion or critical contraction, with an upside pivot on that stochastic, right? So please notice that every single time frame is suggesting a continuation to the way up, right? But remember that these are moves that I kind of validate statistically too. I do not validate them keeping into any consideration a FOMO event or a psychological like win here. So that's not part of the strategy that I look out for, okay? But what I do look out for is higher probability risk. Okay, so now if we do want to see where we are as far as the fibs, then, let me take an overall, like a really high swing high to swing low range here and see where we currently are. Okay, so the retracement from this was like where it's usually expected, between the 1 spot 272 and the 1 spot 618. Okay, so if you do get a sell-off, right, very likely you can come back and test the area of 334, bounce to the upside, right? Either meet your already made high here at what is it? It's around 4. Wow. Let me see actually exactly what it is. I want to know what that high is. $4.50, right? $4.50 would be the area to beat, right? Small resistance there. You come back to 360, continue on to the upside. The biggest resistance you can find right now is just under the 1 spot 618. And let me show you why, okay? So you just take a line like this. Let's get rid of the indicators. And please notice that this was that significant drop bottom, right? Before it actually started continuing to the downside for a long period, right? That's a very important area to consider getting the hell out. Okay, so I'm going to give you a range now. Just like this, okay? To that candle top, to that wick high right up here. consider maybe 415 or 458 to about 498, right? So right around there. Just try to run away with your win, okay, you guys. So be very, very careful with this asset, as it does have some potential drives of hidden bearish divergence forming up, right? So what is up? So I think I forgot how to pronounce your name again. Was that Matcha? My goodness, I messed it up again. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. And you're always so supportive. People laughing at me, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. But yeah, thank you for coming by. Really appreciate you here. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue. That's going to do it for ticker symbol MEGL. And now for Sebastian Lim, let's take a look at that ticker. What was it? INAB. Okay, so and then ALLR, right? So INAB. Man, another one of those. Sebastian Lim, I hope you are not dude, be clean right now. Be clean. Tell me the truth. Where are you? What's your position? Mark Roach, you're very welcome, my brother. At least another perspective, right? So great minds to kind of come together and look and you know, just to observe, right? So Abner, man, all those tickers, but give me something I can maybe make my money back on. Okay, something like Top will. Abner, oh my dude, what's up? Is that an AI smart or is that AL smart as in Al? What's up, brother? Thank you for coming by. Really appreciate you stepping in. But yeah, you guys, so let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here, and we're going to be taking a look at INAB for my moderator Sebastian Lim, right? So let me pull that up. It's going to be with you know, the traditional tools, just like always, right? Let's get our volatility, let's get some momentum up, our averages. Let's see what we have in store for the tickers coming up. Abner Cruz, so, dude. So what I meant is that you know, when we're starting to look at plays that could. Okay, look, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Me and Cal, I'm gonna try to go over this too. I don't know where I have it. Me and Cal are looking at this ticker. Okay, we're looking at BACK. Cal has a potential bearish thesis that may or may not have already played out. Right? But there is a macro upside on this that I'm looking at. Right? So, I mean, I'm going to go over it, but kind of put this one in your watch list, right? Because this could be presenting a nice opportunity. But let's go back. Let's go ahead and, first of all, grab a sip of water and then continue with INAB. So, INAB on the daily. Let's see what it's got for us. So, let's see. The daily time frame has that 183 and 12. Okay, good. So, Sebastian Lim, I was asking you, my bro, please, you keep getting kicked out. No way. Is somebody? I'm sorry. Are we kicking out TRA Crumpler? That should not be the case, right? I'm not. You too? What the heck, you guys? Sorry about that. Let's see. I'm gonna do something right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and quit my Chrome, and let's see if we can kind of balance this out. So now you guys should tell me. Okay, so keep an eye on the getting kicked out or whatever, and then come back in and tell me, bro, I got kicked out again. Because I've noticed that there have been like these really off like situations when I have my Chrome running, which by the way kind of sucks, and I'll tell you why. It's a very short story. Actually, it's not even a story. I need my analytics up so I can see current viewers versus whatever else, and then also, you know, for any potential donations coming in, so I can say thank you, right? So I keep my Chrome up as the tool that I use for streaming, which is called OBS Studio. That doesn't have the analytics up. It only gives me just the chat, right? And then the volume for my mic and the volume for the freaking man. I can actually just show you what it is. This is it here. Look, check it out. So this is the OBS Studio. Of course, you're going to see an endless screen over here, right? But I get the mix for my vocals here, right? So if I just put it down, you won't hear me speak. go down, right? So that's my thing, right? And then you get the music over here, right? So all of these tools are available for me, but I don't get to see anything else, right? I can choose the countdown, right? I can choose my main audio, the display capture for whatever, and then the song, right? But I don't see the analytics. I don't see the whole thing, which sucks. So so I just got rid of the Chrome, right? In order for us to have a better connection. And let's see if it just works, okay, you guys? So that's why I'm saying if you do happen to catch yourself getting kicked out, let me know because I won't be able to see, right? So Eric Powerlifter, what's up, man? He's saying, what is up, my brother? Hope you're well. Saying, hey, quick, thanks for the spy update. Always very helpful for me. My dude, absolutely, man. Very happy to help here, okay? And it's very good to see you, my dude. Keep on lifting. Keep on looking good, my bro. Okay. Yeah, get the notifications bell turned on, you guys. All right, so please, let's go ahead and now, for real, take a look at ticker symbol INAB, and I will officially make a note that we're getting this thing on the road, right? So 10:15 p.m. Cool, good deal. So I'm already noticing the formation here, right? And it's particular to a higher term time frame, though, and I'm not sure if I actually covered it with Sebastian just last night, but I may not have, right? But let me just really give it a kind of a good look here. Okay, so man, this is screaming broadening descending wedge, right? So as everything will in a bear market. So let's go ahead and just kind of make our drawing here. Could this be? Hold on. Could it be? This is a really odd one. Okay, so it could be actually from here. Remember, guys, that there's no rule to how you build your formations, right? But if you're very curious over what I'm even looking at when making a drawing like this, then this would be it. Okay, let me just show you real fast. So I'm looking at particular contact points, right, in order for me to validate that we're within the formation itself, right? So this candle wick. Right, you see that one right there touching that resistance there. Okay, the next one I'm looking at is the low of this wick here touching as support, right, and then bouncing. I'm looking for this one here as a resistance, and then coming back down, resistance right over here, and that would be essentially my target, right? Aside from the fact that you have a candle opening right at the resistance of this thing too, and rejecting. Right, so that's what I'm looking at as far as the upper trend line, right? So now for the lower trend line, I wouldn't actually make this as important, but the lower trend line can suggest a descending channel or a broadening descending wedge. Okay, and I can actually show you how, right? So first of all, let me just go ahead and connect my dots here. Of course, you can see that the channel could be around here, right? But you can also see that the broadening descending wedge could be located here and here, right? So, and here, right? So lots of locations, even the candle here opening right at the opening of it, right? So a few areas to kind of keep into consideration. In fact, this one would be better placed there. Full discretion here, you guys. I'm just being as honest as I can be for you, right? So now, yeah, since we're looking at a broadening descending wedge, let's start counting our resistance touches, right? So we have one test of the resistance, two. We have the this was entirely a fake out, not even a real test, right? Test 3, of course, we have that capitulation. We have a 4, but then then did the capitulation, and now test number 5. Remember, test number 5 would usually be a valid test to the upside. It would be a true test, right? So let's now try to validate the potential upside for this or not. Okay, so if you know what, guys, I'll just show you real fast. If you are curious over the potential, what could be a falling wedge? I'm sorry, a channel, a descending channel. It would be something like this here. Let me just try to line it up, right? So just about there. Okay, so let me just get rid of these real quick so you can see just what I mean, right? So this is the other potential. So sometimes when you're getting that close to the broadening descending wedge turning into a channel, that's probably because it could be a channel too. Right, so we have to show kind of like the higher probability within whichever one is the one that's showing, right? So in this case, I would probably leave it as a channel. Okay, so let's continue. Same rules apply. The same rules apply. And in fact, the only other difference here is that not a lot of people know this, but you can take the trend line from the top side of the channel to all the way to the bottom side of the channel and apply it to your supposed area of breakout. Okay, so when you apply it to your supposed area of breakout, then you have kind of a target to look out for, right? So you can see here that we pretty much met it. Right. So, but what does that really mean? Does it mean that we're done with this play? Does it mean that there's no upside to go with it? Well, not necessarily. We just have to kind of read it and see if there's any potential for reaccumulation for a better upside or whatever else. So let's try to validate that now. Okay, you guys. So let's move on to actually the buy hourly, so I can look at momentum versus volatility and see if there could be a nice setup for us. Okay, so it looks like the buy hourly does have some upside on that 3-day exponential. That's already nice. We have critical contraction, right? Let's move up to the 6 hour and see what it has. The leading indicator, remember, is the EMA 3 here. So we could be facing an up thrust for the shorter time frame at least, right? So critical expansion here and a potential contraction phase starting. Okay, so that's already a good sign. 8 hour time frame still suggesting some downside, which means that it would we're barely getting started with this. Okay, so if we are in fact trading this channel in the 3-day, then that means that tomorrow we can have the RSI pointed upward on the 30-minute, maybe, right? And that would introduce a potential resistance from about $1.90. So let's move down to the 30-minute and see if we can validate that, right? So we have an upside pivot here, right? To test that, to potentially test that top side of the 195 particular to this. The channel gets messed up. Okay, but if I were to put a better guess here, it would be 203 to about 221, right? Before facing a resistance from that, right? So now notice that we do have an upside pivot on stochastics as well. This is very likely to live out really fast though. Okay, so 4 hour time frame, let's move on. 4 hour time frame still suggesting a very, very slight upside, but please notice that that moving average is suggesting a downside coming in. Let's see the 8 hour. So the 8 hour time frame, let's see RSI finding a potential bounce here to the upside. Okay, so I'm gonna continue validating this, you guys. I'm not even sure. Sebastian Lim, this one's tough. 12 hour time frame finding a bounce, right? So. And the daily time frame having a downside here. Okay, yeah. So upper, I'm still gonna stick to it, you guys. I'm definitely gonna stick to the plan here. 195 to about top side. The best case scenario here, guys. $2.15 or 18 cents. Retracement back to validate this gap here. 154 could be lined up with that SMA 14 from the daily before a bounce and a continuation to the upside. Okay, so very, very short-term upside. I would not long that upside, right? Just wait for the retracement. We may get a bounce from that 155, but if we validate 188 after it as a resistance from the channel, that would lead to cover this, to kind of fill this gap, and that bottom side target is 111. So be very careful. Very, very careful with this, okay? So this has a lot of mixed signals within it. So in fact, this one's very tough. Okay, my brother, but that is going to do it for ticker symbol INAB. Let's go ahead and continue to ticker symbol ALLR. Blah, blah, blah. Can't even say it, man. I know a lot of people were talking about this. Even when was it? Last week when we were streaming, right? Many people were talking about this ticker. So yeah, let's give it a good shot here and see what it's got. Oh man. When did this thing split? Oh, it split early this year? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so March 27th, actually. It wasn't too far away. 1 to 35 RS. Okay, so, and then why would it capitulate here? What is going on with this ticker? Let's see. Let's see. Public offering. Shares. Okay, man. Was this the ticker that I was saying that was going to continue to the downside, and people were telling me that it was a bullish thing? Wait. Actually, that does ring a bell. Let me see. Today's the 28th, right? Today's the 27th. Sorry. So let's look at this past ticker here, and I want to see if I even looked at it. I remember someone was mentioning it in a comment, and I said, there could still be some downside to go. And it very much shook out a bunch of freaking longs. My goodness, this sucks. Okay, so yeah, let me move. Let me continue on the analysis here. And in fact, I'm just going to take over from this one here since I already have my tools up. What I am liking is the daily setup here. It does have the EMA 3 and the SMA 14 starting an upside pivot, right? And volatility is absolutely expanded here, which would only suggest a potential reversion, right? So if we have a mean reversion in play, let's try to pull that up and see what that could be, right? So it's actually very curious that mean reversion would be located right at the gap, right? So at the top side of the gap, that is, right? So, I mean, the thing is that psychologically speaking, when you have an up run here, 79.25 could be a very important area to kind of keep in mind here, right? So let me see if any of the shorter time frames does have that 720, the 79.25 as a resistance. So actually, kind of, the 12-hour does have it around there, right? 72 cents here, giving us a potential range. So now if we take a fib there, very likely we'll see some type of a nice area to keep in consideration. So please notice that 77.65, just shy of the 79.25 reversion mean, is the 3.618 golden mean. So that would honestly give me a resistance range from about 72 cents to 79.25 in full discretion, right, you guys? So the reason why I'm not as sharp with the target, like telling you this is the target, is because this is discretion, and I don't have anything mathematically backed at this moment, right? So this is why I'm seeing the potential of a topside resistance within this area, but we have to validate it in the first place, okay, you guys? So I like already that the 12-hour is suggesting that upside as well, which means that it's gonna kind of bleed into the daily time frame, into creating this the thrust to the upside as well. Okay, so now as we trail back in time into the 8-hour, it should be facing similar situations, right? And now in the 6-hour should be upside pivot 2, right? And we have now entering contraction here, you guys. So particular to the 6-hour time frame, there is a resistance to look at 51 cents. What is 51 cents even? So let's see. 51 cents is just upside of the 0618 at 48.21. We're currently facing that resistance range right now. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try to kind of succeed that to the upside, but it's looking like it may actually be likely here. Okay, let me start it off from the 4-hour time frame. I could see actually a run. I could definitely see a run continuing at least to the 1.272 to 54.62, which is just so happens to be the top side of our 4-hour Bollinger Band width, right? So that could be a good area for resistance. So now let's pull up the RSI and just see how surgical we can get with it, right? So 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. Let's see. All right, so support being found from that 14-day simple moving average, very likely for a short-term upside, but I don't see enough volatility within that to actually, no shit, right? We have zero volatility right now, so I don't see enough strength here to bounce significantly to start pressuring upper time frames. So let's continue on. Okay, so the bi-hourly time frame also suggesting a little bit of consolidation. We definitely have an upside pivot from that 14-day simple, so it's still looking more bullish than not, right? But we still don't want consolidation. Consolidation on that 6-hour as well. Same thing with the 8-hour. 12-hour, let's see. 12 slightly bearish with some consolidation here. What is going on? Okay, so let's see the 15-minute. Damn, are you serious? Wow. Holy crap. Dude, it's never the best thing to see consolidation when we're at zero volatility. Is this thing even moving? Let me see what the average true range is in this. That's a lot, actually. I don't understand why it's actually saying that it's not moving. Okay, so if we're gonna favor anything, then we should probably consider stochastics in this point, guys. So, if you do find yourself wanting to get long this ticker, you know, first of all, I can't suggest that because I'm not a financial advisor. But what I could see as myself, right, I could see retracement from that 48 cents, maybe even to the top side of about 48.30. Right, retracement back to around 47 cents where we can use it as a bounce to the upside. So 47 meaning the 15-minute, like right away. Okay, so 46 cents being recognized here on the 30-minute as well. So yeah, I would wait for a pullback from 48 cents, come back to around 47 cents to the lower end of about 46 before a continuation to the upside. It's just nothing else is really telling us that we can be looking at that, right? Aside from the fact that we're breaking out of a pennant, and that pennant on the 30-minute has actually a target to about 50 cents, which is a target that we were already looking at, and that 50 cents also has to do with the top side of the Bollinger Bands. Okay, you guys, so that is going to do it for ticker symbol ALLR. I totally forgot to write that one down, right? But it's all good. I assume it may have been around 1020, right? So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, you guys, and that's going to be ticker symbol EUDA, right? So that was Steven asking me for that ticker, so I actually don't have it up here. So let's go ahead and just pull it up one more time, right? So have I looked at it before, by the way? I have not. Okay, good. Good deal. Beso Amy, what's up? Saying, hi, everyone. Still suffering in 10. No, you're not. Are you serious? What? Let me see this. Okay. I'm going to try to look at that for you. What's up, Baden? Good to see you here, bro. Amy, I'll try. Let me try to get through through EUDA, and I'll look at yours next, and then we'll look at UCAR. Okay, so EUDA, let's see what it has, right? So if we start running short in time, then we'll go ahead and straight up look at the ticker symbol BACK, the one that Kal-El and I were looking at. You missed a sell. Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep on noticing that. A lot of people telling me that they missed a sell even in COEP. So I have to remind the team that, please, guys, remember to maintain your sell orders, not just good for the day. Okay, so your buy orders, I actually stay away from. I actually stay away from good for. I actually stay away from both of those sometimes. If you don't have an option, at least consider this. Okay, if you don't have the option, consider this. Your sell targets, especially when you're in the negative, when you're in a losing position, make sure that it's not good for the day. Make sure that it's until canceled, right? Until you cancel it. And I think the maximum allowable time is around 90 days for that order. So it depends on where you are too and what broker you're using, right? But I'm speaking particular to like Webull or something like that. And I think also TradeStation may have that similar kind of little rule. So yeah, leave your sell orders so that they're not just good for one day, because they'll stop, and it's kind of it's a trick. You know what I mean? So in order to maintain liquidity, sometimes it just defaults it for you at just good for the day and not including whatever the 90 days you want, right? So sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. So saying, thanks for GTII. I bought at 130, was looking like 119 as a BS play, so I thought 180 is BS, sold at 170. Hey, I mean, it's good to kind of range trade it, right? So as there are a lot of people holding in the negative there, and that's really what I do care about. I don't care about trading GTII as much as I do kind of covering it for retail and also for all the requests, because it's a very speculative play, very manipulated. It's also a micro cap, and it's OTC too. My goodness. So everything kind of goes against the natural ebb and flow, right? So it makes it especially tough to kind of evaluate it or go over that ticker GTII, right? So it's a lot easier to go over tickers like per se AAL, right? American Airlines, or going over maybe even Netflix, right, or Microsoft or Intel. So I mean, all of those are even the SPY, right? They follow a certain set of rules. And why is that, you ask? Well, because it's almost a little crappy to say it like this, though. But the the majority of the micro caps are actually traded by a heavier amount of retail because they're so cheap, right? And they present these huge volatility runs. So the gambler's fallacy is very well present there. And it's just like you really have to pay attention to the smallest nuances to trade it like that, right? So you have a larger amount of green traders, right? Yeah, I don't want to be mean to that. It's just I'm really speaking on the fact that this is kind of why you have such high volatility, right? So you just have a greater number of non-experienced traders, which is also present in crypto, right? And this is kind of the reason why you see that volatility, like it's similar to crypto. The OTC runners, right? The pinks and the SPACs, they run like crazy, just like crypto. It's just, it's just it's full of emotional trading, right? So I can only do so much for the GTII community, but that's gonna do it for that, my bro. Stick Vicious coming in so hot. My phone was away from me while I was watching a movie with the wifey, dude. Very cool. I'm so happy that you guys were able to hang out, and thank you, Stick. That donation means so much to me, my dude. Thank you so much. We're going over some tickers tonight, right? I did express to everybody that I'm coming down with something with my little toddler, and that's kind of the reason why I came to the late night ticker picker and pay my respects to my peeps, right? I haven't been doing this as I'm starting to, I want to make the shift into the daytime streams, right? But since my little boy's been a little under the weather, his nights are getting again a little interrupted, right? So we'll try our best to get there, hopefully by the beginning of next week. All right, you guys. But for my boy Steven, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at this, okay? Let me just get a quick little drink of water here. All right. Let's do it. Okay. Damn. Could it be? Maybe. I don't know, Mark. Could be, bro. But I guess we'll continue evaluating ourselves, right? So EUDA, let me make a quick note that we're officially getting this thing on the road, right? So here we go, as I definitely want to take a look at Amy's ticker as well. Okay, so let's see. Man, this price action, jeez. What I can tell you right now is that they are, whatever algo this is really shaking out people here. And the one thing I do like is that it's creating now a series of higher highs. Okay, now but the problem here is that as long as we need, in order to meet the next leg up, we need to combat the area of $3.44. Okay, so let's see. Mark Roach, EUDA. The notice states that the company has 60 calendar days to submit to NASDAQ a plan to regain compliance with the NASDAQ listing rules. If NASDAQ accepts the company's plan, okay, then NASDAQ may grant the company up to 180 calendar days, right, from the prescribed due date. Sorry, is very small here for filing the Form 10K to regain compliance. Okay, if NASDAQ does not accept the company's plan, then the company, okay, so guys, this, man. Okay, so this is a psychological play, all right, you guys, so that already changes a lot of things. Meaning that sometimes the charts will actually just indicate something and something else would happen, even if it's to the upside. So what I mean by that is actually if we're suggesting a continuation to the upside and I tell you, well, 347 is our resistance range, the thing may actually just succeed 525 and then come back, right? As you can see here, the only thing that I see kind of being respected here is the upper time frame candles, right? So, for example, shooting star at the top of a trend, right? Downside after that. That's nice. We also have another shooting star here at the top side of a trend, downside after that. That's also good. It's not respecting every candle formation though. So, I mean, the reason why I can tell you that is that you have indecision like this. This is a bearish engulfing, right? So the bearish engulfing suggests a continuation to the downside. The thing is that you paired it with an inverted hammer at the bottom of a trend, then that upside continues, right? So very confusing ticker. And also this, it shows that it did kind of succeed a bullish engulfing to the upside ever so slightly, right? So that at least that's good. This bearish engulfing here actually did lead to the downside. And okay, so I would give it like a 60% respect to traditional technicals, right? So now, and then also this should have been a bigger upside continuation, because this here, these two candles, this is a ridiculously sized bullish engulfing. Okay, so actually this makes me curious over the weekly and monthly. So let me, oh man, okay, 14 hours, no, they could be 14, what? This is going to close soon. So 14 hours, 19 minutes, this weekly candle will close as a huge inverted hammer after a downtrend. Inverted herpy-derpy, right over here too, man. Okay, all right, so I'm not going to lie to you for 1 second. This one's very challenging, and it is potentially suggesting a continuation to the upside. Let me see the monthly. The monthly creating back-to-back inverted hammers. Okay, so, oh man, but also this is the formation that you're looking at here is also a bearish formation. While they are candles, damn. You have okay, look. You have 3 white soldiers. You also have man. God damn. This one's really challenging, okay? I like it. The puzzle's real on this one. Okay, so you also have the 3 black crows, is what I'm trying to tell you, right? So this is a bearish formation with a bullish formation with bullish candles. Okay. All right. So particular to the monthly, we're critically expanded, meaning way increased in volatility. So let me pull up Stokes and see, bro, why? Okay. So at least the 14-day shows that the bottom could have been found here. Okay. So let me see the weekly. This is actually really tough. Okay. So weekly potentially finding a bottom here, but it still has some downside to go. But remember, that's macro perspective, okay? 5 days still with a downside, and the 3-day and bi-daily have the upsides. Okay, so that means that the shorter time frame, starting maybe 6 hour or 8 hour, have upside pivots. So no, not even that, guys. Damn, this one, bro. Why are you trading this, man? It shouldn't be this hard to actually kind of evaluate this, right? This is ridiculous. It's not even healthy. Right, so let's go ahead and continue on with this, man, because this, I wouldn't be surprised if I got this thing massively wrong, but I see regression happening here. There could be a respect to this, okay? And what I mean by that is this that you're looking at, right? So very interesting regression. If we did find a floor again, that means that we could find a retracement from the area of about, I would say, 169, and that would be pertinent to this gap here. Okay, 169 could be the area to find a resistance, come back down to maybe 144, and then continue this ebb and flow here. I'm not exactly sure why the hell this thing is so... Oh, man. Let's see. So, honestly, man, looks like first rep, long time, and make sure you have dry powder. Yeah, actually... another thing to kind of consider here is that it could be building a shorter time frame, ascending, broadening wedge. Okay, so that's another bearish potential. Okay, so man, this thing is just mixed signals left and right. Okay, bro. So I would really express like extreme caution trading this one, right, dude? So very interesting that I was able to kind of see the bottom side of this. Okay, so we have test number, let's see, just way too many tests already, which could suggest a continuation to the upside and a rare invalidation of this formation. But let's get surgical. Screw it. Let's bring up the RSI and see if we can get a deeper edge, right? 30-minute immediate short term. Upside pivot on both stochastics and RSI while we have a contraction phase continuing. Okay, so that's nice. Let's go to the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly, very limited upside. The only reason I'm calling it an upside is because we're in the gravitational zone here. Okay, so which means that we could find resistance from the 14-day simple moving average, thus validating the earlier time frame leading indicator, the EMA 3. For a downside. Okay, so again, this is kind of giving validity to that resistance top at 169 before finding a resistance. Okay, so let me go to the 6 hour now and see what okay, 6 hour downside in the gravitational zone with Stokes to the downside as well. Okay, so that's daily finding support soon, and I'm sorry, 12-hour finding support soon, and the daily finding that support. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna stick by it actually. 169 resistance tomorrow, right? Before coming back down to the area of about 152 to 144 to realize the daily support at the 14-day simple moving average, getting close to that gravitational zone before an upside. Okay, so you may be catching this one early if you do try to get in at 156. I'm not going to trade this. To be very honest with you, dude, I will not trade this myself, because it has too many mixed signals, and it's just tough. Okay, man, you have bullish macro signals, bearish macro signals. You have bearish formation here with a potential rare bullish breakout. Like, no, it's not supposed to be like that, dude. Okay, so careful with this one, all right, my bro. And but yeah, let me just go ahead and kind of end it there and continue on to the next ticker. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and look at ticker symbol now. What was it? 10x. Beso, Amy, where you at? Are you still here? 10x was that ticker that we were looking at just a few weeks ago, right? A couple weeks ago at least. So yeah, let's see what it has, right? So let me see if I have a previous. Actually, no. You know what? Let's just make a new chart. The beauty of having the TradingView Premium is that it gives you unlimited charts to print, right? And that's the only difference between that one and Pro Plus. Very disappointing. No problem, Steven. All right, so 10x. Man. Okay, let's see what it has for. Wow, holy crap. Damn, you are right at the resistance. 71 being a resistance here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, overextension like this sometimes could be indicative of a floor, right? I'm not exactly sure what's going on fundamentally with this. It did have a recent good earnings, and just so you know what can happen in this inverse market, right? Good earnings here, capitulation. What? How does that work? All right, so let's see. 10x Therapeutics. That was on April 12th. Oh man, we don't have any new news. Okay, so it's okay. So what you're looking at here is a quiet period. Quiet periods are. I'm actually going to say this about the entire, the majority of the OTCs, or the small or the micro caps, right? Micro caps are in a quiet period, and it's not particular to one ticker. It's a lot of them. I think COEP being one of them, 10X being another, COSM being another. There's a few tickers who are just not doing anything, right? So it's around these times when something tends to kind of explode to the upside, right? So now, what could that explosion be, though? So let's just see what we can kind of come up with. We do have some increasing volatility on the daily, so let me see what that's like on the 12-hour. Yikes. Okay, let's really kind of become surgeons here, right? So let's pull up our averages and let's get every trick known to mankind. Okay, so clearly we can see that we've been using that SMA 10 as resistance, okay? And we're still kind of a distance away from it. meaning that if we were able to see a short-term move to the upside, it would be indicative of a resistance level at 34.83. Of course, nowhere near the potentials that you're looking for, right? So let's just let me load up the RSI and look at the immediate short-term time frames to see what it has. Okay, so RSI crossing above that 14-day simple to the upside. That's nice. All right, so bi-hourly also pressuring that 14-day simple moving average to the upside as well. Okay, I mean, it would be a little bit bearish still, but we have to. I mean, it could be a good sign for us. Okay, it's just not validated. 6-hour time frame. Let's see what it has for us. Okay, finding a bounce from the gravitational zone, almost perfectly from it. Right, we have a resistance at the 14-day simple moving average, which gives validity to actually facing a resistance not from any of the SMAs. In fact, this would be one of the EMAs. So let me pull up an EMA 9 and a 7 period, and and remove all of the other ones, right? So I don't need the 20, the 30, or the 50. Let me keep the 9 and the 7, and let me just make them a little bit brighter, right? So maybe like this, so we can distinguish the colors, right? So the EMA 9, let me just make it yellow for now. All right, so yeah, let's see if that can actually get a tighter upside for us. Okay, so, oh man, we're using it as resistance already. Okay, 6-hour resistance, man, that could be to double, yeah, that could be to double touch this, the EMA 7 again at 32.14. Let's see the 8-hour, let's see what it's got. 8-hour still with a downside, 12-hour downside, and the daily downside, okay, let's see, the bi-daily. The bi-daily has a downside, hold on. And finding resistance from the 3-day as well, and consolidation on the 5-day. Okay, so the range that we're looking for right now is literally trading within. Let me take an inverse fib for you. Okay, so these are tough to look at. Okay, so an inverse fib would suggest that we have a range to look out for. Okay, so that would be between the area of 27.75 at the 2.618 to the current lows, to the current all-time low of 30.22. Okay, so meaning that if we are penetrating this inflection point, this would be the area to kind of grab for an upside move. But this looks like it's finding a floor soon, and the floor may be found within the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So if you are in a losing position here, you may be in a losing position for weeks to come before anything can lead to an upside, as this would really need some type of catalyst to make a serious upside here. Okay, so in fact, I wouldn't even suggest shorting it because it is close to a floor. And that floor could very well be, if it even gets to it, right? I'm not saying that it is going to. I'm just saying that the floor could very well be 27.74 if it does get there. Beso Amy, I hope you're not super overextended on this one, but you could be stuck in this for a while. Okay, so be very mindful over what's next after this. Okay, so the Batman RSI, no, dude, I'm telling her that this could find. I'm seriously looking at, bro, a potential floor already, like now or at 27 cents before some type of explosive move. The thing is that I don't see it anywhere. I really don't see it. Not even. Let me see. The floor has been found technically on that monthly. Let me see quarterly. Quarterly is just, man, look at this. This is crazy. Just super sideways. Shit, damn it, man. Dude. Okay, yeah. So the base way, I mean, yeah, you could be stuck at a floor right before this thing decides to make any type of recovery here. So, man, and you can kind of tell that it's already near that floor because of this. Look, let's get rid of this thing here, and because of the minimizing in candles, okay, and also the minimizing in volume. So 267 million on this one, 14 million on this one. This was a tiny, wow, 1 million dropped all that. 395,000 dropped all that. it's highly manipulated. And this has 15 million at oh man, yeah, I can't even say that. It's just high manipulation on this, and it's just like a short seller's playground right now. But I do see a potential ending to their manipulation here. It could be ending soon. But upon finding the floor needs to be validated for at least a week, and then this thing could actually start making an upside. Okay, so 10x, it doesn't have my attention here. It's just so terrible. I can't even tell you what I would do, because like, okay, well, Amy, I mean, if it was me, I would already start minimizing the loss, meaning that I would start strategically scaling out. So if I do have an immediate short-term upside, right? So figuring the 5-minute, right? Since it does have it, let's look at the 15-minute. Does it have an upside too? It does. 30-minute has an upside as well. And it looks like that's where it's kind of capping, right? Let's see the 1 hour. Yeah, so the 1 hour gives us the resistance, right? So that means that in the immediate short-term time frame, you could find a tiny opportunity to scale out some, right? So if not all of it, in all honesty here, right? So meaning that we can come back to test the area of about 31.46 to around 31.59. I would try to pull out like a good let's see. Yeah, I mean it is kind of floored here. It could be indicative of the end of it, right? But still remember that I'm still kind of looking at that 27.75 as well. But my case to this is that I would scale out if I still want to see a potential run on this, right? So I would literally remove 30% position on any tiny run up here, right? And then actually let the thing ride down, and what if it actually comes back up, right? Past this position here, scale out another 25, and then if it drops even lower, if you are convicted in this play and you really want to bring your average down, then, which I wouldn't suggest, right? So in fact, I would use any capital that you can get from this to trade something better. But you could bring your cost basis down that way. Before the continuation of another loss, you pull out or you scale out a percentage or a certain value. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for this. Okay, so just keep your eyes peeled on this. Keep your eyes on that 31.48 to 31.59 tomorrow, right? So let's just see what it's got for you. Okay, so now let's move on to the next ticker, right, you guys? And we're gonna look at ticker symbol UCAR. So ticker symbol UCAR. Actually, hold on just a second. Did UCAR? I don't even know. Cal, are you able to see how many people are in the chat right now? I can't even make a freaking, can I actually? Let me see. Because I don't have the other thing, right? I don't have the Chrome up, so I can't tell what's going on. Oh, okay. Are you able, Cal, are you able to create a poll, like, for me? Stick Vicious. I don't believe that for a single second, bro. What? I got stuck in RNAZ today on a gamble play in pre-market and dropped like a rock. Dude, Stick Vicious, what are you saying to me? All right, so I'm going to... because I love you. All right, let's look at it. All right, so RNAZ. And the last ticker we're going to look at, you guys, is just after this one. Let's look at a ticker symbol back and see what's up. So let's see. No, while my undies on my couch in front of my 100-inch TV. You're just hearing massive amounts of Arca. Dude. Oh my goodness. I wanted to create a poll. I wanted to know if Cal had that, right? Because Cal literally, that man has my logins. All right, so let's take a look at ticker symbol RNAZ and see what kind of man, this is just like freaking the other one that we were looking at. EUDA. Look at wait, what time frame is that one? That is on the hourly, right? So let me pull this one in the hourly and see what kind of just mess it has, right? So this right? Kind of look at the they look similar as hell, man. Like, oh my goodness. Dude, I am kicking so many. I kicked Steven yesterday. I kicked Sebastian Lim all last month. Right? Oh my goodness. My goodness in heaven is right, bro. So let's look at the let's see, after hours, right? So 32. Yeah, that's a rock for sure. That's a terrible rock, man. Oh, goodness gracious, Stick Vicious. Where are you, man? Let's see. Sorry. My goodness. It is happening to me, you guys. It is happening. Don't let the cold get to Arca. Somebody's shorting me from the air. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so let's really take a look at this, though, because this is you're not going to believe this, but this is actually a fractal. Okay, so no, not a herpy-derpy. That's not what I'm referring to, right? But this here, you're going to be surprised over what I'm going to show you. Okay, so this particular area has a lot to do with a fractal of reaccumulation. Okay, so let's move on to let me bring up a new chart of AMC. AMC. Oh my goodness, man. So I can already see this thing exploding to the upside because of what I'm going to say next, right? So oh my goodness. So yeah, let's go back to the June run. I actually just went over this with the master students recently. Okay, so here we go. Let's get it up right just before the January run, actually, right? So, yeah, take a look at this here. So this right here, right? This and this here. Then you have that downside, right, for a huge reaccumulation. Now take a look at this, right? So it's kind of similar to what's happening to that AMC run, right? So I'm not saying that it's just going to run up based on a fractal. It's just that that's kind of a repeating fractal that happens before like huge upsides, right? So let's kind of look at this in another perspective. Okay, so let me see if I can catch it here. I mean, I guess in the daily, maybe I can see it as a different type, right? But here it is kind of again, right? So notice it right over here. Let me get an arrow, right? So it could either be this here, this top side right here, right? And either this one or this one, right? So again, you have those wicks, you have that huge downside, right? Reaccumulation, and then the upside. Right, so another area to look at for that is actually right over here, right? So this is another one right over here, right? So you have this reaccumulation phase repeating a few times before you get like these, and you know, the downside, of course, and then you get these huge run-ups, right? So in fractal theory, that would be a reaccumulation formation right before a continuation to the upside, and this is very similar, I mean, strikingly similar to situations like that. And it looks like volatility is already increasing within it, right? So could this actually start making that indication of a huge up run? Well, I'm not too sure, but when this happened here, it just so happened to be from a huge fall, right? I'm talking about from $5 to $1. And if you're looking at even further, you're looking at $10 to $1 or even $13 to $1, right? So in this case here, yeah, I mean, this is dropping from a huge valuation here and then finding this reaccumulation formation, right? So let's get our tools up and see if there could be something to look at here. Okay, so yeah, let's get the BBWP up for momentum. Let's for volatility, sorry, and let's get our stochastics up as well. Okay, so let me look at the shorter time frames. Starting from the bi-hourly. Okay, we have a bi-hourly downside on the Stokes, 6-hour downside as well with increasing volatility. Curious. Why that's curious is because we've been doing this and no price action has actually led to an upside here, but we're actually creating a regression here. And could it be another regression there? Okay. All right. So let's move on. Hold on. I'm gathering my thoughts here as I go. So it's just I don't like that it capitulated so far in the after hours. But daily by daily. Damn it, Stig. Jesus, this one sucks too. Okay, let me pull up the RSI and see what we got for us. Okay, the thesis that I was thinking of is definitely just as tough as the EUDA ticker that we were looking at. Okay, so this thing is literally messing with people here, man. Using the SMA 10, the SMA 50, and the 100, even the 200. It's using the 4 most popular moving averages as liquidity grabs. Man. Let's see. Yeah, let's get creative with this. Let's bring up the RSI and see what we can come up with. Okay, so potential. No, not yeah. Well, yeah, actually, we have a potential bullish drive of divergence here. Okay, so from this pivot to here, there is a. It's not validated yet. We actually need to get this pivot towards the upside. So let me look at the 8-hour and see if there's anything there. The 8-hour may confirm that if we actually bounce from that area of 30.99. That would create several drives of bullish divergence and hidden bullish divergence, that is, because we have this pivot here. We would actually have to make a downside here. And in respects to this pivot, we would actually have to make an upside to the current price action. So that would be regular bullish divergence on the 8-hour if we can succeed maintaining ourselves above 30.99. Okay, so that would present a very nice move to the upside. I don't like that we have a bearish engulfing with a huge shooting star. And the shooting star was literally printing in the after hours too, finding that resistance from the 200-day simple moving average. This was a clear bull trap. Okay, so if we have any upside here, it may be, damn it. Let's see, the 3-day may have the support. No, maybe the 5-day. No, stick vicious. Damn it. All right, so we have consolidation. This thing is literally suggesting the potential of a drop to around 30 cents or the 30 whatever, right? 30 cents drop, and then kind of range trading between the area of about 36 and 30. So this may actually get stuck within this area because everything is just so topsy-turvy, and that usually is indicative for for a floor being found, but a floor also needing macro validation. Okay, so if that is the case here, then we would actually be starting to make a move to the upside after about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Broadening descending wedge on the macro. Let's see. Damn it, dude, look at this. Stig, this is another reason. Check this out. Just let me see if I can actually get it like this. Test 1, 2, test 3, capitulation, bull trap because this is test 3, and capitulation. And now we have to reaccumulate before we can actually get a test number 4. Okay, so, and this is essentially the shape here. Okay, so ridiculously ugly, broadening descending wedge on the weekly time frame. Bull trapping all kinds of people here. Okay, so yeah, this was essentially the reason why yeah, it was just terrible. This is terrible. All right, my brother. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for this. The floor may be found, and that doesn't mean that we're not going to touch it again, but very, very likely if it does feel like we want to touch it again, it would be in respects to the 2810. And if that's not the case, in 13 hours and 52 minutes, this weekly candle will close where it is, and this would start making a regression, of which the following low may be actually a little more forgiving, 3204. Before a continuation to the upside, as you can see that we're now starting to test that SMA 10. So there could be an explosive move here, but it would be, if you're starting to trade this like right now, then you would be kind of early to this. Right, so pump and dumpers strike again. Definitely so. Cal L, are you talking to me? Like if this is oh, sorry. I think you may have been talking to someone else. But yeah. So guys, I would be very careful with this ticker as well. But this this thing here happening is indicative of a potential upside continuation. And if this actually does make a move to the upside, which I don't see happening really like in the near like short term, I could see this actually happening just later, just not now, maybe a couple weeks out. And if it does make an up run, then we have a potential target of about 68 cents, which just so happens to be the 2-spot 618 at 66.02, and also the resistance of this channel. By then, the SMA 50 would also be located here. So maybe the early part of May, this thing can actually make an upside. Stig Vicious. Oh my goodness, dude. Remind me, Stig, to look at it periodically, yeah? I'll try my best to kind of keep an eye on it with you, brother. So this one, because what if it does present some other opportunities, some other strange opportunities? You never know. There is a clear regression happening here, you know what I mean? But and I mean, these are very ugly formations. I don't like to draw like this, you guys. This is me forcing something, but this is potentially a symmetrical triangle, right? So if we're building a symmetrical triangle here, the triangle can be traded both ways, right? So, but seeing that this is ready for a breakout to the top side with a reaccumulation phase on it, the upside may be more probable than not. Take a trend line from the top side of the triangle all the way to the bottom side of the triangle for a psychological objective. You take it from the point of breakout, and this would essentially take you to about 72 cents, which is just upside of the 2-spot 618, 66. So that would give you a resistance range now, okay? So just something like this here, right? So, and then also by that time, remember, the SMA 50 would also be located near that area as well. Okay, so I'm just trying to be as creative as I can be, right? So definitely keep an eye on this, okay, my brother? I think many in Arca Bulls are in it. Oh, my goodness. All right, you guys. So, yeah, that is going to do it for tonight. All right, you guys. But actually, if you guys are really familiar, you know what? I'm going to make a dedicated video for ticker symbol BACK. We're not going to cover it live. We'll cover it later on. Okay, so please remember, team, to practice risk management. Okay, you guys, make sure to keep make a straight jacket club. Make sure to keep your risk management in play. Okay, you guys, just take the smaller losses. Okay, so Sigvish is saying, awesome, thanks, Battle. Or maybe an example in class for what not to do. Man, actually, this week coming up is going to be a very intuitive week. So, yeah, definitely don't want to miss that one. So Stephen Domain saying, see what happened to CFRX, bro. Knight, thanks. Absolutely, man. I'll keep an eye on it. Mark Roach, thank you so much for coming by. Moderators, Cal L, Mark Roach, Sebastian Lim, love you guys. Really appreciate all the donos too, you guys. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Beso Amy, we'll keep an eye on that stuff, okay? So just peace out, Arca. I will now use 5% stop loss. So we're going to go over that actually this week, okay? So I'm very excited. All right, you guys, but with that said, I wish everybody very well and a very good night. Dab on them, Cal. All right, and I will catch you at the bell. Mañana. Adios, team.